So I'm back with Bloody Fields of Mollwitz, 10th day, 4th month, 1741 tactical war game, published by Strata. This is a recent war game. I'll talk through quickly what I've done so far, because there were a few points that I thought I should commit to the map, looking at the map, commit to video. So grab my scenario book here. Go back here to the introductory scenario. What was the first thing? I guess it's really the orders of battle. I guess you could call them. So here it is. There's a player aid card here. Initial scenario, Austria and Prussia. Okay, that's not what I'm talking about. This was, as you're going through here and you're trying to decipher this, I guess you have to, I don't even know what to say. You have to try to, I guess, work with the information you're given. So starting at the top, von Schulenburg, that is a leader right here. So you have an abbreviation. So V Schulen. Schul, and that's obviously a typo. Grenadier zu Pferde. Again, you have to, here, you have to put together, it's, well, it's mounted something. So so why is it this unit and not some other unit? It has Schulen on the top. That's good. It's a mounted unit, which zu Pferde is going to be on horse or by horse. And this one, because the blue R in the top right corresponds to the leader. Von Schulenburg has the R on the top right. So there's that. And then there's, I just realized nowhere are the organizations simply defined by color. I think wargamers today would say, just tell me that that's the red formation. But I'm not recommending any of this. I'm saying that if you're playing a game like this, not even to add on top of the fact that it's a game simulating a battle from 1741, Frederick the Great's first battle where he was in some type of overall command, and that the game is not originally in English. I'm saying to, I guess, have some fun with this and figure it out. But I did having said that, I ran into some problems. So Bolstern Grenadier, I'm going to go ahead and assume that it's if it's a grenadier, it's infantry, which is funny because the unit above is grenadiers on horse. But anyways, this one, so I'm not going to go through the rest of it. The rest of it was trying to figure out, Platen dragoons versus cavalry. So I went ahead and, let's see. Oh, here's a good, here's the Platen. So here's the Platen, mounted. The L, by the way, is left. It's not light or anything. It's left. But that is a dragoon, as opposed to this one that is a regular cavalry. Now, why would I know that? The only distinction there, other than the picture itself, is of course the star there. So so the star on the horse is a momentum. It's a momentum designation. And so again, I think I just had to put together, okay, your regular or certainly your heavy cavalry generate momentum. Your light cavalry or dragoons probably do not, depending, considering how they were probably historically used. All right, so you got all these different examples. Basically, you got to figure a lot of stuff out. But here was the big one. This one right here, I should say capital L, lowercase EIB, capital K. I mean, I was looking and looking and looking for this unit, and there's I assumed that it was part of Schulenburg's formation. So I'm looking and I'm looking and I'm looking, and there's none. So I was wondering if they were in the counter mix. I was trying to find pictures of the counter sheet. Anyways, I tried a lot of different ways to figure it out. Finally, on the back, so I'm looking back here, trying to figure out how am I going to figure out, these are supposed to be 2 units here. So what's the deal? And finally it just popped into my mind, oh, there is a historical order of battle on the back. And I said, I wonder what it shows. So if those 2 units are part of von Schulenburg's right wing, what does the historical order of battle say for that? So I go here to Prussian Army, and I go to the right wing, and I go to the right wing cavalry under von Schulenburg. And sure enough, one of the first ones, I come down here, and I read Leib Karabiner Regiment. And it's like, okay, I've looked over and over and over again. I've been looking at these Karabin dot unit right there, and of course this is that unit, and it was instantly recognizable when I saw it listed that way on the order of battle here. And that made perfect sense. And by the way, it even corresponds to, there are 3 of these units in the counter mix corresponding to the 3 blocks there. So that was probably the worst example of all of this. And this is just the introductory scenario, just one half of a sheet here, let alone getting to the whole battle. But so I had to go through and figure out a lot. Light dragoons, cuirassier. Obviously cuirassier should be some type of heavy cavalry, most likely. No, I guess I shouldn't say obviously, but going with all the little clues like that. Okay, so now setup itself, I never did. Both sides, there are 2 over there. Both sides have these. I never did figure out for certain what these are. But what I'm going with is that this is for the historical scenario. This is for the alternate or hypothetical scenario, but I don't know for sure. I don't know for sure, but I'm certainly willing to just play that way. This is probably not obvious. So here is the Prussian center. The Prussian center has a 1. In the top right, they all have a 1. The overall commander is this guy right here, and the black text on dark blues, I'm never going to be able to read that from a distance, but von Kalkstein, so he's the overall commander, but his color designation is split there. So you have this light blue, and then you have this light purple. and there's only one of these action markers, AMs. There's one AM that has the red 1 that corresponds to the red 1 here. There's only one of these, so I'm assuming that I'm assuming that von Kalkstein has the 2 subordinate commanders here, but that they're all activated as one unit. But that is not the same. So putting a bunch of stuff together, it's not that way with the Austrian center. The Austrian center under... No, there is no overall commander. Right, there is no overall commander for the center. So they are all labeled 1. You got the purple and the blue formations. They're all labeled 1, but they're treated as 2 separate commands. And correspondingly, in the counter mix, there are 2 of these order markers, but only 1. Yeah, I guess it's better to say, putting it all together, I see that they activate as 1 because there's only 1 AM. By the way, this is also listed. I should say that this is corroborated by a scenario note. Okay, I'm not saying that this is the only way, but starting with the scenario note that I imagine you would read first. But the language is a little... Well, this is what it says. It's right in front of me. Command rules Austrians. The first center line corresponds to the number 1, though that's not entirely obvious, but the first central line consists of 2 brigades. That's the purple and the blue brigades, which are activated simultaneously. I don't know about simultaneously, but they have 1 action marker that corresponds to them, not 2. Unlike... No, wait. The Prussian center activates as 1, 2. They just have 1. They have... Wait. They have... Wait, what's the difference? Oh, I know what okay, so the only difference between the 2 is that the Prussians have that von Kalkstein intermediate commander, and Austrians don't, because that's why each brigadier is treated as a wing line commander. When I said intermediate commander, I mean wing line commander. So von Kalkstein in the Prussian center is treated as a wing line commander, and over here each of these brigadiers is treated as a separate wing line commander, even though they activate together at the same time. Orders are issued and changed using the rules concerning wings lines. In other words, these are these orders. Huh. I wonder how... Well, I'll figure out later how to do the same thing with the Prussians. So it was putting it all together, also looking at the counter mix and trying to basically make sense of it all. And it all kind of comes together eventually.